Welcome, everybody, to Two Drunk Dudes in a Gun Room.
Brought to you by Savai Army Entertainment.
This is Don.
And Doug.
Hey, so, it's been a minute since we've gotten back on here, but with everything going on, it's been pretty hectic, man.
Yeah, it has.
We just got done going to Vetaplooza, which is a big event, and I know we're getting ready to start planning the next outdoor thing with some fish gigging. So, man, the train does not stop, does it?
That'll be October time frame, end of October,
like
around
October
22nd.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're putting all those details in together, man. But so what did you think of the bit we got to see of Vetaplooza, man?
It wasn't bad. It was a good setup. I love how they had the American flag everywhere.
Oh yeah.
American flag was everywhere. The Operation Barbecue, man.
I hit them up trying to get them to come on the show. That was a good time.
They do some outstanding, volunteer work, and then for us to just step in and smoke some meat, and then the judges or the guys that actually did, past judging and stuff like that at different barbecue events to come up and just say, man, it was your fucking stuff. It just great. It's awesome.
Yeah,
the
man.
Color, the taste, and everything. I was just like, we're two dudes that are half fucking drunk, just sitting there fucking smoking some meat and fucking that. Yep. And then next thing you know, they kept coming to our table for more and more and more. I was just, and by the time. So we ate so fucking much too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pork tenderloins into the rack of ribs.
Yep.
By the time they threw that chicken at us and like, you're gonna make some chicken tacos. We done. Man. When we threw that chicken on the grill, I think we forgot about it. I think it was petrified.
Yeah. We were like, who's gonna cut these vegetables?
When we came back from helping them out with the ribs with the big smoker and come back. I remember you or the veggies were on the table or the chicken was, and we're like, what the fuck is this? Who did somebody leave this on our table? Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? And then I was like, dude, you see these veggies? And you're like, some Democrat must have came by and fucking put it on the table. That shit was hilarious, man.
So I learned something, man. The flag that was the American flag that they had a hard time getting the order and everything right
with the
big crane that had like the 5 or 10.
Oh yeah.
The American flag, the one that was all the way at the top there, it was flown in Afghanistan.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I seen it on Movet's one of his posts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty neat, actually.
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yep. Man, there was a lot of stuff that went on behind the scenes. I seen some video footage of it. Man, it looked like a really good time, man.
Man, it's just it's a huge event, and they had some big ass sponsors too.
Oh yeah.
For Budweiser to sponsor this event, and I'm telling you, the barbecue guys cooking for all the band members and stuff like that. The bands was 3 bands.
Yeah.
And a comedian for the MC.
Yeah.
So, I think it was a good showing.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of volunteers.
Yeah.
A lot of volunteers.
And just think about, the planning and the coordinating. I bet you Tony was, man, pulling his hair out.
I bet he slept good Saturday night.
Oh, I guarantee.
I bet he passed the fuck out.
Yep.
But the fairgrounds was awesome too.
Yeah, absolutely.
For that town, they had an awesome fairground.
Yeah.
I've been like our town, our fairgrounds suck. I think Salem's is better than ours. Where they hold them
I'd agree.
Where they hold them drifting events and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. So you were kind of surprised to see the truck show.
So what was it? take pride in your ride or some shit.
Take pride in your ride show.
And so they were like, hey, there's a truck show. So I was thinking, oh, this is going to be cool, man. We got a bunch of classics going to be showing up and shit. And all of a sudden, fucking all these semis. I was like, are you, that was my first rig show.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely.
It surprised me to see dump trucks there, though. That you could tell even by the bed. Those bitches were going after a load as soon as they were done.
Oh yeah. Well, only one of them like really had a paint scheme to it. You know, and that was that blue one we beat in. But to see all the rig tow trucks too, holy fuck, man! I mean, there must have been like fucking 6 of them there.
Yeah.
You know, and then the what was it 4 cranes I think was there.
Yeah.
You know, two for the big flag, 1 for the little, and then 1 was erected for nothing. I mean, it was in the background.
Yeah, and the music sounded great on that stage.
Yeah. I
mean, I kind of was wondering, you know, how it would go because it was, you know, it's literally just a stage.
Yeah.
There's no acoustics to it or any of that type of stuff. It's a platform that raises you up to sing.
Yep.
But it sounded pretty good.
It sounded good. The lights and everything were pretty good.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it was September 10th. I mean, that's what's going to take us into our next conversation. You know, what were you doing on September 11th?
I just got back from personal hygiene for PT.
Really? Yep. When all that happened?
Yep.
I'll be damned. I was in a van on my way to the airport to go to Kosovo.
Oh no! Yeah.
Yeah, that was back when BNOC was like 88 days long. You know, you graduated BNOC, came back to fucking pack your bags to go meet the unit in Kosovo. They're already there. And it was like 6 of us, I think. And man, just going to, I think we went to Charlotte. Not Charlotte, I'm sorry. Charles, no. Is it Charleston right there on the border? Kind of.
Yeah, for Georgia and South Carolina. Yeah, it's Charleston.
So we were headed there, and on the way there, just like it was weird because like I think what was the first one that went down at the Pentagon?
No, the first one hit the tower.
The first one's hit the towers.
Yes.
Well, all you're doing is hearing all of a sudden the music stops and you get on this radio and oh, there's a plane that did this, a plane that did that. Oh, a plane went down here. And it's just like, we're all looking at each other like, man, today's not a good day to fucking get on a plane. You know, it's like, what the fuck? And by the time we actually got to the airport, it was fucking locked down. Fire trucks, police, everything. I mean, they put it on lockdown. So the next thing you know, they threw us in a fucking hotel room and forgot about us for a week. Nothing around. A gas station across the street. So we had to eat from the gas station pretty much for a week. Came back and got us. Then we went back for like 2-3 weeks to that traffic, trying to get in the gates and shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking crazy. And finally, we ended up flying out of Savannah by the end of that month. You know, so
yeah, I couldn't even imagine trying to be flying or traveling on
that shit was crazy.
You know, you think about so the death toll that day in one day was 3,000 people, right? And I would venture to guess 99.9% of them that died that day had absolutely nothing to do with a political agenda, a military agenda. They were just normal Joes going to work.
Yep.
You know, and then who would have thought afterwards, you know, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it went straight through my mind. That was the first thing. So, you know, when it all went down and the first tower got hit, and then it was, I don't know what, 5 minutes later, the second tower got hit. And at that point, we knew it was not an accident.
Right.
When the first one hit, everybody was like, man, was that pilot drunk? What happened? You know? And then we realized, oh shit, this is real. This is attack.
Yeah.
So, you know, the first thing I did is I called my wife and I told her to go pick the kids up, that I wanted everybody at the house because I didn't know what was coming. I didn't know was there a follow-on attack? Was just the beginning? You know, we didn't know. So I just wanted everybody centrally located so I knew where my family was, you know. And then I remember watching the news knowing we're going to go to war.
Oh yeah.
You know, that this will escalate to a war.
I think being in the military, that's what everybody was just like, when we going?
Yep.
You know, and it was just like, you know, and it's like, fuck, man, we gotta go to Kosovo. We gotta finish this tour first, you know, and everybody's just like fighting at the net, like, oh man.
You know, I remember asking our brigade commander, right? Our regimental commander. I said, because by this time, you know, 1st Battalion has already gone over there, and 2nd Battalion had gone over. And I asked him, I said, when is our turn? When do we get our shot? And he looked at me and he said, be careful what you wish for. And I'm going to tell you, man, after 11 years of fighting that war, I lived to know what he meant.
Oh,
man,
absolutely.
Nobody, I don't care what commander you were, nobody anticipated this to be a 20-year war.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
Yeah.
You know, and we tried starting it out where the whole war was fought with special ops, you know, and we were just trying to go after certain targets, and we learned real quick that there's no fucking borders over there, man. These people move everywhere.
They've been fighting in the mountains for centuries.
Yeah,
man. It's just like that war will never end. I mean, especially they done dominated the mountains, you know.
Well, so, and again, like I said, there's no borders.
Yeah.
They can go in and out of Syria. They can go in and out of Pakistan. There's no checkpoints, no nothing stopping them. But we can't do the same. We can't go into those other countries chasing them, you know, because of Geneva Convention and everything else. But you know, you're going to that war handicapped. I don't know what Russia's excuse. They obviously don't live by no Geneva Convention.
No,
and they got their asses kicked twice.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, we see why they probably got their ass kicked. But I agree, man. It's, you know, nobody that day anticipated to the death toll, the economic problems that has led from that war. I mean, nobody would have ever thought that we'd be where we are today.
We kicked some ass, though.
We did.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of them that their death toll was up there.
Oh, they're way higher than ours.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I mean,
and it wasn't, and I think that's what led to being a 20-year war was
fucking pay it forward, right? I mean, you sons of bitches.
You know when the initial invasion in Iraq, you know, there was literally point, go, kill.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what
there
we were told.
Like, hey, take this.
No, it was level everything in front of you.
Yeah,
if we did the same thing in Afghanistan.
I know they told me that I needed to go from here to here, and I was like, all right, who's coming with me? No, you're by yourself. And that time I was just like, all right, whatever. You know, I mean, you're talking about that was right before we took the Baghdad airport. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna run into, but here we go. You know, and it was even if you argued the orders, it didn't fucking matter. You're still gonna lose, especially being a staff sergeant at that time.
You're gonna do it.
It's like, all right, let's go. And I mean, we did it. So
I really think that the government's political agenda handicapped. I mean, it should have never been a special ops war.
Oh yeah.
It should have been feet on ground and just leveling everything in front.
Well, in this invasion, I loved the beginning because there was no ROE. It's just like
it was just destroy everything in front.
Yeah, they got a curfew. Boom, you know, kill anything out past this time. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Then it was like the taxi cabs. You see one of these taxi cabs, these white cars with orange fenders, take it out. No matter what.
Well, you remember how even in the convoys, and this was, you know, a little bit after the initial invasion, that you were in a convoy. If a car got in between you and the vehicle in front of you, you destroyed it. You just opened up on it because there were so many cars getting in between us and then self-detonating. So man, we just ran them off the street, shot them, whatever.
I'd run them over.
Oh yeah.
That's what I love about being in a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is crazy, man. Everything that happened, and you could even argue in a way that you could trace everything back to that day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the Tunnel for Towers, they did their run again, and this is something I forgot to mention. Do you know that run is the same route that Frank Steller's brother ran after they got him as close to the towers? He jumped out of his truck because he was off work. He was headed home when he heard. So he turned around and went back to the fire station, grabbed his gear, got back in his pickup truck, and got as close as the truck would get him. He then jumped out and ran all the way to the towers, right? And I still don't understand how this is even possible, but evidently they never did discover his body. They never did find him. So every year they do that same run. They run the same route that he took all the way to the towers. So that was pretty cool.
That is pretty neat.
It still baffles me how in all that rubble, you've cleaned that rubble completely up. You've built
and no body,
everything, and you can't find a body. Yeah. How is that possible?
Did you see? I'll post it later. The mural, fireman's mural that they did to honor it yesterday.
I did not.
Yeah, I'll post it later.
Okay.
It was pretty neat. I think Jocelyn sent it to me. It was actually because I was kind of curious what what new was going to happen like in New York. And yeah, she sent that to me. There it is.
Oh wow.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that is badass. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Oh. Bad lighting. It's terrible.
The funny part about it, I think when I never knew how big Vetaplooza was going to get to. We both kind of was wondering that, was we going to get there and was it going to be like 6 people showing up, and when you got there, we still kind of wondered that, because you didn't see a whole lot of people. And then after seeing the video, I seen why, because we were literally in the backstage area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we couldn't see the route everybody else was taking.
Right.
That area where they were doing the smoking of the meat, just past that was what they were calling the green room. And that's where the band was hanging out and everybody was sitting over there drinking. I thought, wow, okay. Now the layout makes sense now.
Right.
Right. But yeah, man, I appreciate Tony and Movets inviting us out there.
Definitely.
That was it was a good time. I plan on coming back next year.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be interesting.
Yep. Now we got to work on the whole gigging thing.
Yep.
I'm
looking forward to it, man.
We got the volunteers. We just got to put it in motion.
Yeah. The outline's been drawn. We just set the dates and start moving forward.
Yep.
Oh. Well, man, everybody knows, this. We're out here doing things to try to lessen that number, man. One a day is one too many. So if you need some help, there's organizations out there. You can find them on our website at savajearmy.com. It's quick links. Female veterans, Brooke Jackson's, she's the veteran, is a good one. If you're on the East Coast, Charleston area, they do a lot of outings. But if you need to reach out to us, reach out to us. Say hi, have a beer with us, whatever. We are easy to talk to, man. And we're not just two guys that can't relate. We're two guys that have pounded a lot of the same sand. So if you need some help, say something, man. If you just want to have a beer, say something.
Veteran Crisis Line 988.
Yep.
Extension 1.
Yep. So y'all take care. Be safe. Have a good day.
Later.